Okay, recording now. Today is March 9th, 2021. This is the Weather and Climate course, Geography 3500. And this is, of course, midterm week. And so today will be dedicated to getting you all going with the midterm exam. So I'm going to share my screen. And so I'm just going to walk you through the midterm exam. Here it is. So it's a Word document. My advice in terms of answering the multiple choice questions would be to delete the questions that you don't want and leave the one that you think is correct. That way, there's no question as to which answer you want. I know some of you could try to go through and do the highlighter or do some kind of markup. I wouldn't advise that. A lot of times that doesn't show up when you transfer the exam from your computer to the course management system. So the safest way is to simply um, just delete the answers you don't want and leave the one that you think is correct for these multiple choice questions. So here are the multiple. So that's about the same for these. Most of these are the same. Here you have some map questions. Same thing goes here. Now for the fill in the blanks questions, now here you have a choice. Now you can either, I definitely want to see your calculations here. I definitely want you to see you show your work, including your, and so I definitely want to see that here. If you want to actually draw a diagram, uh, and take a photograph of that and upload it, you're welcome to do that. Anything you can do to support your answers here will help you. It'll probably help you to draw a diagram, but if you also submit that diagram, it'll help me see exactly your logic in how you arrived at your answer. And so there is a possibility for partial credit, perhaps, if I see that you thought through and then maybe made a math mistake, didn't carry the one, what have you. Uh, okay, so this next part, I'm going to have to go into today's weather map. And so let me pull up the course here. I'm going to do two things. I'm going to paste this map into the I'm going to paste the map into the exam, and I'm also going to upload it to the Dropbox that goes along with the exam. So we're going to take today's weather map in almost real time. And here it is. And so I'm going to download it. So today is March 9, 2021. Weather map. And so I'm going to drop that there. And then I'm going to do two things. I'm going to pull it right into the exam itself. Okay, so that's today's weather map. And I'll also drop the weather map into the Dropbox probably in a JPEG format. And so there's today's weather map. Give this a border, make it a little neater. Okay, so that's today's, well, I'll say today, let's say it's to the March 9, 2021 weather map. Okay, so now I'm going to go through the process of assigning everybody a city. Since Ross and Theodora, you're here today, I will start with yours first, and then I'll assign everybody else's cities afterwards. And I have to do this because I don't know what the weather map is going to look like on any given day. So I have to kind of do this. Okay, I'm going to give Ross Chicago, Illinois. And let's see, I'm going to have to make some adjustments, I think. 7. I have to change some of these values a little bit. Just a little bit. Just teach this class at different times of year, so I have to adjust some of these temperatures a bit on the fly. And so hopefully this will suffice. We'll see. I'm gonna have to adjust them again. So we've been through how to read these weather maps. So you should be able to interpret the weather station data. Let me do this. Now, when you interpret these weather station data, you just try to get as close as you can. Just make your, if the value is midway between two of these numbers, just try to pick the closest one. Just take your time here. This one. So Garrett Ross, you have Chicago, Illinois. Theodora, I'm going to give you, let's see, Theodora. Theodora. Let's see if I can. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And let's see, who else do we have? Save that. Let's see. So who else do we have? We've got Michael. Ashley, let me just stop my share for a minute. So I got to look at this more closely. Okay, so we've got Michael Ashley. Yes, let me do this. Let me go to Tyra Marshall first. Okay, so let's back up. Let's share the screen again. Tyra Marshall will have let's see, Tyra Marshall. Denver, Colorado. Okay, so yeah, I can do it this way because this is a relatively small class, so I can kind of pick and choose. I'm going to have to stop my share again. Let's see, so we've got Marshall, Poston, Elijah, Poston or Poston. Next. Elijah Poston. Is next. Let's see, bring my share back. All right, so Poston is gonna have, let me see. Indianapolis, Indiana. Poston or Poston, I think it's Poston. So he's got Indianapolis, Indiana. See, just a couple more people here. Back out again, out of my screen share. Okay, next we've got Kaylee Rhodes. And her city is going to be, bring the share back. Okay, so Kaylee Rhodes, her city is going to be, yeah, some of these are hard to see. Just trying to find some that are not so cluttered. Not that one. Some of these are so hard to see. Denver is easy. Yeah. Hard to see that one. Okay, let me find one that is not so jumbled. Well, somebody's got to have Nashville. Let me just give Kaylee Rose, Nashville, Tennessee. And I'm going to stop my share again. Let's see, I think there's maybe one or two more people. Okay, we've got Ross already. And got Michael Ashley. Share back. Okay, so let's see. Michael Ashley is going to have. Give Michael Ashley. Atlanta, Georgia is pretty visible, easy to see. And that leaves us with one more person. I guess I can, just need to stop my share just a second. Go here, go to the other section. And let's see, that is Jacob Rawls. Bring the share back. Okay, so Jacob Rawls. Oh, man. See, Jacob Rawls. I give anybody Salt Lake City. I'll give Jacob Rawls. No, you can't read that. Man. I'll give Jacob Rawls. Phoenix, Arizona. Okay, so now if for whatever reason, I don't want to make this a geography lesson in here. If you are unsure of the location of your city, just let me know. Like I said, I'm not making this into a geography lesson here, even though it is a geography class. I don't expect for you to know where these cities are on the map, but you should. I'm going to add a couple more names here after class. You know what? I think I'll keep that the same. So go through, answer the questions about your cities, the current temperature, dew point temperature. I guess I'm gonna have to change these also. A little bit. So again, get as close as you can. If you have any questions, like I said, I have to do this on the fly because this data is hot out of the oven or whatever. This is fresh data from today. So, okay, let's see, the barometric pressure should be, yeah, that's fine. Wind direction, okay. Okay, the cold kind of front is going to affect your weather, air masses, Köppen climate regions. Then we get into the tornado questions, wind questions. Then 39, 40. Now, okay, so this short essay, so in the space below here, this is a short essay. And this is where you will have to make some form of prediction for the next 48 hours. What's the temperature going to change? Wind direction? How do you expect the pressure to change? Do you think there's going to be any weather hazards? This should be a good essay based upon the weather you predict to happen for the next 48 hours near the weather station for your assigned city. Now, I'm literally looking for the detail based upon the evidence that's on the map. You know, now I know some of y'all are gonna cheat and go look at the forecast, right? Like, but that doesn't matter. What matters is that you show that you're able to take the information on this map and just explain why what you see on that map shows what's going to happen. You know, don't go watch the weather, the news from Nashville for the next couple of days and say, oh, it's going to be sunny. But no, that's not going to get you any points. Okay. I'm just telling you right now. Next question, another short essay. You should be able to type this in here. I don't know if you need an additional page because it's an electronic document. So I think I can take that little part out. Okay, so compare these two climate graphs. One of the main criticisms I had about some of the work you all turned in is that you did not include data. You said things like higher, lower, less, whatever. You need to include the data that you see, the numbers that you see in this graph in your answer. You know, so I don't want to see, for example, this asks for a temperature range. What is that value? Okay. I don't want to see, well, the temperature range for climate graph A is wider than climate graph B. How many degrees is it wider? You know, how many more inches of precipitation do we see in one part of the year versus the other? You have to have the values in your answer. Okay. That's how we answer questions in science. So the midterm exam, I'm going to post this exam by noon today, and it will be due at noon on Saturday, March the 13th at noon. After that, your score, and this exam is worth 100 points. Your score will be lowered 5 points every 6 hours. It's late past the posted deadline. I think that's fair. Okay. I think that's really fair. But try to get it in by the deadline. So again, this exam will be posted by noon today. And so does anyone have any questions at this time? No questions. Okay, so I'm going to stop the recording, stop the share. I'm going to stop the recording here. If you are listening to this message and you hopefully have watched this recording and you still have questions about the exam, please let me know. Again, it will be due on Saturday the 13th. On this Thursday, we will meet. I will take questions about the exam. I will give you feedback on some of the work that you've turned in, which might help you a little bit. But other than that, your assignment this week is to work on the exam. Also, do not forget that there is an article review due tonight at 11:30 p.m. and there will still be an article review due next Tuesday. So just be mindful. Oh, and also on Thursday, we'll look at some article reviews. And so I'm going to stop the recording now.